Okay. So, hello and assalamu alaikum everybody. Welcome back to my channel. Today I have a personality who has made the whole Pakistan proud by receiving the prestigious Diana Award. So, hey Raina, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. Can you please tell us a bit about your achievements and about yourself?
Assalamu alaikum, Raiha. Thank you so much for having me on your YouTube channel so that I could not only address your audience but also the youth of Pakistan. Coming towards an introduction for myself, I see myself as a humanitarian, as an activist, as someone who's trying to bring a change one life at a time.
Okay. So now, as we also know about your foundation, Zenana Foundation, so how did that thought process start, and from where did you get the idea of starting a foundation at such a young age?
I think this is something that is a part of your upbringing. These are the values that your parents or the people around you can instill in you. So when I was 5 years old, I used to go to different old age homes and different orphanages and talk to children, talk to parents, people who were as old as my grandparents back then, and they would tell me that, our children have left us and our children are strangers to us. So that is when my thought process started to take place. And I used to think that, how is it possible that my parents are taking care of me right now, and when they grow older and when they need me, I leave them? It started on from there, and I started to think about all the things around me. And then one day, I came home from school using my phone when my household helper began to cry. And she was going on saying, I wanted to study. My father didn't allow it. And now I want my daughters to study. And my husband isn't allowing it, right? What should I do
Oh,
and what can I do about it? So I went on my entire day, can change someone's life. And that happened. From 2 people on my dining table, the entire thing went on to 250 people in my school, where I not only serve as a teacher, as a mentor, but also as a principal.
okay. So I want to ask you that how supportive were your parents? Because in our society, mostly parents are not supportive towards such kind of initiatives. But how supportive were your parents and your friends?
When I talk about parents, I talk about people who left their immediate family behind for their children. I hail from a conservative Pathan family where a girl speaking up, a girl questioning the norms is considered as something too modern, something too bold, something too woke. We moved away from my immediate family, and when back in 2017, I had to attend a leadership workshop in United States, right? I was chosen amongst 20 girls from all over Pakistan. Such a young girl go abroad. What will she do? She might get brainwashed. She might forget about her values. Imagine hearing all of that for a course that would hardly take a month, right? So from there, I understood that if I stop right now, if my parents said that, beta, you need to stop because people are questioning it, people are going to assassinate your character, people are going to question your love for your country and whatnot. They did not. I would have stopped if they did, but they held my hand and stood with me. They told me that, you do what you want, you do what your heart says, you do what you believe in, and we'll handle the people who are questioning all of this. And
Oh,
whereas it's about your friends, I realized that when you have to do something, when you think of doing something, your friends turn into your competitors. They see you as a
yes.
competition, whereas you aren't a competition to them. You're doing what you feel like doing. You don't see it as a competition, but your friends, my friends, they used to tell me, do you want to call yourself Edhi? Do you want to call yourself, mother, this and that and that? But not. They moved away. I had nights where I had nobody who would listen to me. Even though I was doing something good, I would question myself that people are moving away from me. Is it something good? Do I really want to do this? So that is when I realized that parents are parents and friends are friends.
Okay. So, as you received the Diana Award a few days ago, so how did the jury member contact you, or did you contact them, and then who nominated you? So, how was the process like that? How did they contact?
So the process is very amazing, and I really loved the idea behind this entire process. So it's something like you can't nominate yourself for it, and you don't know that you're going to be nominated for this. This is because Princess Diana said that when you do something good, you don't return something in return, right? So if they opened the applications, people would start working towards it. Do you understand? People would start working towards the award. So the story is a bit different here. You do your work, you do what you're doing, you do you. People around you would see what you're doing. They're hearing you, they're listening to your stories. If an older person likes what you're doing, they contact the Diana Awards team and they'll tell them that, this girl in Lahore, Pakistan is running a school at this age. She served as the cultural ambassador. She served as the global youth ambassador. And then on Diana's birthday, you receive this email that, hey, you have been nominated for this award. So you know that you've made it.
Okay. So, as in this time, we cannot celebrate much, but what was your celebration like? That did you have your friends came over, or what was the celebration like?
So when I found out about this award, it was the 14th day, exactly the 14th day of me going through the coronavirus. I was detected with it. I was told that but I recovered, right? I recovered from the coronavirus. I couldn't meet my family even. So we had to virtually cut a cake. I was in my room and they were in the lounge and we were virtually cutting the cake and celebrating this. However, when we got done with it, when I was told that, I've recovered, I called up my students at Zanana and I told them that, I got so many cakes from all over Pakistan and I'm sending them your way. And you enjoy them, eat them, and tell me how it was. So all of them enjoyed the cake, all of them got their pieces. And I think it was the best that I could do, celebrate with my kids at Zanana.
Oh, wow. So, as you basically work for women empowerment, so what do you think? What are the problems that the women in our society are facing right now?
I think problems vary from your background. It depends on which background you belong to, right? When I talk about the women I work with, I talk about underprivileged women. I talk about women who belong to disadvantaged backgrounds. If you talk about them, they do not have the freedom to think. They do not have the freedom to speak. They do not have the freedom to choose what they have to wear. They do not have the freedom to educate themselves. And
Yes.
when I wanted to educate them, when I wanted to tell them about their rights, what I had to do was go and request the heads of their families, their brothers, their fathers, their husbands, that can you please let your girls study? Can you please realize how important it is for them to get educated? So, in order to educate women, I had to go and convince the male heads of their families so that they would understand. And Ryan, the sad part is that even after understanding education is, they asked me if they would get money in return. So they weren't seeing the advantages of
Mm.
education itself. They wanted money in return. For that very purpose, I understood that, it's not only about unawareness, it's not only about the fact that these people do not have the same exposure as I do. It's about belonging or being a part of people who are living below the poverty line. What they want is food to eat and water to drink. So we started off with a vocational training center because we realized that alongside education, employment
Okay.
opportunities are very important too, right? Another problem that I realized while doing all this was that there's a lot of problem with merit in Pakistan, the system of employment in Pakistan. Even if I educated
Yes.
these girls, even if I give them the best of degrees, uh, their background would stop them from going further.
Yes.
The people who have to appoint them would put in obstacles, would stop them from going further. I know that for a fact because that has happened and that continues to happen today. So we provided them with vocational training, and they are also earning, they're studying at the school, and that is how it's going.
So, being a girl, what were the difficulties
Mhm.
you faced in this initiative? You have been working since the age of 15. So, and being a girl, and at the same time not like being an adult. So, what were the difficulties that you faced through in the society and going out? Did people, if you asked for donations, did people did not give, or what were the main difficulties that you faced?
I think, firstly, I'd talk about me being underage, apparently underage. I personally believe that there is no age to bring a change. You can
Yes.
start off as soon as you're born to. So I was considered as someone who was underage for all this. I was told that, it's not a fairy tale. You're not living your, I don't know, it was called dreamy. It was called something that's not realistic. When I went to the offices for various purposes, so for example, when I went to get the NGO registered, the man standing there who was supposed to motivate me to go further, seeing that I was young, he told me that, you can't do anything. I think you should stop doing it. This isn't going to work. You can't bring a change in this country. So how about you don't think about this? And I told him that, it is exactly because of people like you who stop change makers. And then they tell them that, people won't let you do it. It's you who isn't letting us do it. It's people like you who aren't letting us do it. So, other than that, other than being underage, being a girl was a problem as well. Because when I had to talk to people, when I had to talk to men to convince them to take their permission to, educate their daughters and wives, they would see me as someone who's too liberal. Although now, Pakistanis have this problem of questioning the attire we wear. I was initial Varkamis and I was wearing a dupatta, but still they had a problem that, you're too liberal. This is a liberal approach. We don't want our daughters to question what we say, and we don't want our daughters to be as liberal as you are. My character was assassinated. People told me that I was doing this to interact with more men. Imagine a 15-year-old girl being told that you're doing this because you want to interact with more men. You're doing this because you want this and you want that. I moved past it because my parents were with me. Because my parents told me that whatever I'm doing, it's fine. Other than that, hailing from a Pathan family, hailing from a family where customs are held too close to heart and love is very important. Where because of my vision, people wanted to assassinate me, maybe leave character assassination. They wanted to assassinate me, maybe for talking about rights and for talking about change on national television. So these are the things that you have to face. These are the problems that you have to encounter whenever you're on your road to bring a change. Every journey has its fair share of struggles, and so did mine.
Yeah, but now those people would have been given a shut up call when they see. Now, those are the people who like go after if you achieve something. So then these are the people who go after you that do this for us, do this for us, do this for us. But when you start this, they do not like, uh, instead of encouraging you, they discourage you. So, but that's so good that you were not discouraged and you did it. And the proof, you have the proof, the Diana Award. So at last, I want you to give a piece of advice for all the people out there that what should they do, and specifically in this time when there's so much negativity all around us. So what's the thing they should do, and what do you think that they should?
Rai, could you please elaborate on this question a bit? So, what should I tell? Like, what they should do, as in what during
Like
the
in
pandemic, during the.
yes, basically during the pandemic and as well, like they should stay positive in this time. And what should they do? They should not, like if people discourage them, so they should not take that thing and something like that.
All right, all right. So my message for the youth would be that when you're on your way to bring a change, right? Do not think about your age group, do not think about the age group, do not think about the impact your work is going to have. Do not let people stop
Yes.
you. Continue with it. Secondly, when someone is trying to do a program maybe and tells that they are going to help out people, do not see them as a competition. See them as a partner. as someone who is working alongside you to bring the change in this country. Do not see others as a competition. Try helping them out. Try uplifting them. If someone has a YouTube channel, so while all of us are at our homes, this is a message for everyone, regardless of the fact that if you're a youth, if you belong to the youth or not, or if you are a man or if you're a woman, kindness comes free of cost, right? Instead of
Yes.
hiding behind a screen trying to come out of all the negativity or trying to make use of their time, if your friend has a YouTube channel, instead of criticizing her and instead of criticizing her content, go ahead, subscribe to her channel, tell people to do the same. If your friend has an Instagram, go ahead, give a follow, give the likes that she wants. If your friend has a Facebook, go ahead, share the link. Help them out instead of bringing them down. They're not your competition.
Okay. So thank you so much, Raina. I'm really glad that you came to my channel and and I hope that you be more successful in this journey of yours and you can bring a change and you are bringing a change. And once again, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you so much, Aiba. It was wonderful to be here. Thank you.